Hello, everybody. My name is PJ. This is No Chaser, my new commentary channel. Thanks for stopping in for a second. This channel is just one of those things. A lot of people talking about the stuff I'm going to be talking about, movies, pop culture, etc. It's because you see a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate going on. And sometimes you just got to speak out. You need to add more voices to the pile. That's really what this is all about. So again, thanks for stopping in. And this is what I found to start my channel with. An article I read yesterday trying to tell us all that everyone hates Superman. This is one of those things you should probably scroll right past when you see the headline on your screen. But that's the trick. Superman voted most hated franchise. Why aren't they talking about the most loved franchise? Because hate makes you stop and look, especially when you know it's bullshit. Even when you know it's garbage, even when they know you know it's garbage, because they know it's garbage too. Because this ain't about the truth. It's about page impressions for their ads. I mean it. Look at this page. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 ads. And what got us to give them those impressions? Here's a hint. It's not love. Love wouldn't have done it. Didn't for me. Now, maybe you're all smarter than that. But it was the word hate that made me look. It's what made me double take. Superman most hated? Just get out. If MovieWeb tried to tell me what the most loved superhero franchise was, that wouldn't have done it. Because we all have our favorites and it's allowed to be different. My favorites don't have to be your favorites. Unless you're on Twitter, I guess. They can tell you the sky is fuchsia, and if you disagree, the cancel cult revs their engines. But whatever, the point is, love wouldn't have done that. It wouldn't have triggered a visceral reaction. I mean, when someone posts something loving and sweet, yeah, you feel warm and fuzzy, and that's safe. Dopamine and oxytocin or whatever comes into play. But when someone posts something that pisses you off, you feel energized, defensive. You want to fight back, defend your point of view. Start a YouTube channel and have a discussion. If someone posts something on Facebook, maybe you click like, love, or any of the other happy little buttons, and life goes on. That's been my experience. But when they say something you stringently disagree with, you got to stop. You got to say something. It's why it's called clickbait. So when someone posts an article like, everybody hates Superman, you stop. You're triggered. You feel compelled to reply. Then you might share it on social media, all like, look at this crap. And then all your friends pile on and they share it and it spreads. And love doesn't do that. Love gets less attention. So love makes less money. Love is fleeting and subtle and becomes more so over time. After a while, love isn't news or even still exciting. Alarming, messages that are divisive coming at you suddenly, that gets attention and engagement. They don't need you to click these 4 ads. It would help, but it's enough that you open the page. And here, because the media is still so dinked in the sphincter about the Snyder Cut being so successful, I mean, look at how the salty tears are flowing. What do we got? CNET. The Snyder Cut Justice League review. Still a mess, now 1,000,000 years long. Aw. Zack Snyder's long-imagined director's cut isn't worth the 3-year wait or the 4-hour slog. And I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was almost a completely different species from anything Marvel has done. Which isn't a knock on the MCU. I mean, look at what he says here. Let's find it. Are you intimately acquainted with the details of Zack Snyder's films? Welcome aboard. Are you the other 99% of the movie-going public which kind of like the Wonder Woman movies and just want some superhero escapism while sitting at home with only streaming services for company? Screw you. Go watch Batman Forever, you poser. He's not bitter at all, is he? And nobody's twisting anybody's arm to see this movie. I mean, what are the gorks on Twitter so fond of saying? It's not for you, just don't watch it. But oops. Turns out that people who like superhero escapism paid to see this, and most of us liked it. So, I'm sorry, Richard Trenholm. I know the feeling. But the thing to do here is to just take the L Head over to Walgreens. There's a cream for that. And it's amazing how the salt is flowing from all the expected places. Here's Collider. A longer cut causes new problems.
Oh, we lamb.
We got Time Magazine. Ooh, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous precedent. It's not a precedent. It happened with the Sonic movie, which killed it at the box office. But ooh, it's still dangerous to take power from Morlocks on social media, give fans what they want, and make it rain dollars in the process.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, we get it. It's not about money for the woke mob with nothing to lose except some internet clout. But for corporations who maybe want to stay in business, it kind of is. The message they send stings a lot more than some flaccid tweets online. The only power they have is power these movie studios can take away like that. And for all their pandering and virtue signaling, little by little we see them realizing that that's not where the money is. And they're starting to get the fandom's message. And the only danger it poses is to the woke mob's tenuous grip on our popular culture. So yeah, Warner Brothers, stop listening to the people who pay you. Wouldn't want to turn a profit or anything. Don't embolden paying customers. Just fall in line and kowtow to the woke mob on Twitter. It's so much safer to get likes and retweets and kudos from lazy slacktivists than it is to make actual money. Now here's Vox. Justice League Snyder Cut saga reminds us which fans' voices get heard. Ooh, salty. All fans' voices get heard, by the way. The Whedon cut is still out there. It's not like you need to pick. It hasn't been replaced. And the Twitter mob and their dogs in the media aren't real fans anyway, which is why, after Zack Snyder's Justice League kicked ass, you got this. Using hate to get our attention, open their pages, get those advertisers their impressions, and take a pot shot at Superman at the same time. Superman voted most hated kind of begs the question of who you were asking. New research ranks Superman as the worst superhero movie franchise in terms of critical reception. So this is according to the critics. And their opinions are valid, right? There's no bias there. Don't you love how they keep pretending as if we're not already on to them? As if their reviews aren't worth exactly squat anymore? And which reviewers voted? Where are the numbers coming from? Let's see. Oh, Rotten Tomatoes scores. Yeah, they're super credible. They wouldn't silence voices or juke the stats and remove negative user reviews of movies they were told to shill for, would they? So let's see what Rotten Tomato tells us are the most hated superhero franchises. Let's get down here and check it out. Okay. Superman, 48%. DC, Warner Brothers. Batman, 59%. DC, Warner Brothers. The DC Extended Universe. Wolverine, and X-Men. And all I see here are movies that don't or didn't belong to Disney. So let's see which franchises are most loved. Not that it matters because this isn't about love. This is about hate, right? Top most loved superhero franchises? The Incredibles. 96%. The Incredibles. So the knockoff Fantastic Four is the most loved. Notice how of all the hated superhero franchises, somehow the Fantastic Four doesn't rate. I mean, they were the absolute worst, but they're missing. They aren't Warner properties, see? Their rights were owned by Fox, which now belongs to Disney, and Marvel has the rights back. So let's leave them out of this, even though that was the worst superhero franchise most people think of when they think of shitty superhero movies. All right, what's next? Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel, owned by Disney. Captain America, Marvel, owned by Disney. Avengers, Marvel, owned by Disney. Deadpool, Fox, owned by Disney. You starting to see the pattern here? It's fair to argue that they could be right. It's not like the DCEU's been hitting them out of the park, but to zero in on Superman and ignore stinkers like the Fantastic Four or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Blade. Like Fantastic Four, like I said, is Disney's now. The Ninja Turtles belong to Viacom CBS, and Blade belongs to Disney now, and they have something going there. These movies can't be mentioned, because this isn't about what really sucks. It's about tearing down the DCEU since it looks like there's a chance it could actually compete. And anyone who reads this knows it's bull, but let's look at the comments. All right. Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, best superhero sequel alongside The Dark Knight, was so good, it likely paved the way for the Snyder cut to be created. I would rather watch that than any Marvel movie. This is the most useless metric ever. This article lost all credibility when you don't even mention Fantastic Four. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Absolute joke. Article written by Kevin Feige and sponsored by Disney. And this guy says, or her rather, sorry, more like the WB cabal doesn't want to make an MOS sequel. I guess that means Man of Steel. This is an absolute joke. The perfect white American hero rejected by its own peers. Peers misspelled. Brains of an egg timer, this one. Thinks a handful of shill critics on Rotten Tomatoes are our peers. Shut up. Fake poll. Fun. How can you say that Superman franchise is the worst? How about the Fantastic Four? You think that was better than Superman? Please. Superman rocks. He's the first and the best. Christopher Reeve and Henry Cavill rule. And I think Brandon Routh deserves some kudos. That's just me, though. I liked Superman Returns. I thought it was super derivative, but I think he did a good job. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for the transparent pot shock, woke critics, and thanks for the salty tears, Twitter mob. But you've torn down enough of our heroes, and it's probably best you keep your stink off of Superman's name. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, do me a solid and click like. It's a new channel. Give me half a chance. Hit subscribe and let's get to know each other. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.